Our forward backward frog hops are a great endurance exercise for the muscles in those legs, primarily the quads, but a little bit of those hamstrings, glutes, and calves as well. It's also an exercise that is designed to get the heart rate up because we are using big muscle groups for this movement. It is very similar to a normal frog hop, except for instead of going straight up and down, we're adding in this forward and this backward movement. So it's going to be a little more complicated. You're going to have to work a little more on stabilization for stopping that forward momentum and stopping that reverse momentum. Because of this, it's a great exercise for building stability in our knees and our ankles. It is also a great exercise for maintaining a bone mineral density because it is an impact exercise. However, you do want to start off slow, make sure you have the fundamentals, and then build up from there. So, key things to remember for a frog hop. I'll briefly go over them. However, if you want a little more in depth, I'd recommend going back and watching our normal frog hop demonstration video as it goes a little bit more into the basics here. But we want our feet just outside of shoulder width here. Toes slightly pointed out. We want to make sure we're bending with the knees, keeping that chest up as we get down nice and low, trying to touch the floor at the bottom. We want to make sure we are not bending at the waist and hinging over like this because that's going to put more strain on the low back. So really focus on chest up, facing forward, not hinged over, facing the floor. Another really common thing we want to focus on here is landing softly, going right back into that squat as soon as we land, so we put that focus on the muscles, not the joints. So instead of hopping like this, landing hard and then bending and going down into a squat, we want to make sure that we hop, land softly, and immediately go back down, bending those knees. That way the muscles are absorbing that downward force. We're not transferring it into the knees. Those are the key things to remember on this exercise. The other things, because of the forward and backward movement, we want to focus on control. So if you're not very comfortable going forward and backward, start off with just barely any sort of movement forward and backward. So start off with just a little frog hop here, just barely going forward, barely going backward. You can even do less than that. Start off with that until you get a little more comfortable stopping that forward momentum and stopping that rear momentum without feeling like you're falling forward or you're falling back. Once you get more comfortable, you can start to add in a little bit more of a hop forward and a little bit more of a hop back, but always start off low. Get comfortable with that movement. Get comfortable with keeping your good posture, with bending the knees and landing softly each time, and then start to progress up from there.